Hi. This week we are talking about media allied industries. We discussed about advertising and PR, what is advertising, the time frame of advertising, how it all started way back in the Roman Empire, and after the advent of newspaper, magazines, and radio and television, how advertising kind of adapted itself into various mass media structures. And right now we also discussed about the global impact of advertising. Close to $530 billion are kind of invested in just the business of advertising. So it's a big industry. In US alone, it's close to about $189 billion in 2015, and 2016 is about $200 billion. So it's a very big industry. And also we discussed about some of the characteristics of advertising, how repetition, tall talk, and plain talk, and ubiquity are some of the kind of features that's kind of incorporated in advertising. And there are different kinds of advertising that we can discuss about, but I thought of introducing you to some kind of ad industry as such, so that you have a kind of a better understanding of how these ads impact each and every one of us. So I've compiled a list of ads, and let's have a look at it, and let's see what you got to think on these ads. Yeah, I just intentionally wrote that what is going to come. So I want you to kind of think of what this ad might possibly be about, because I think, again, each and every media element or media that is being exposed to us are trying to kind of attack us emotionally in different ways. At the end of the day, their main aim is to sell us a product, make us spend. And that is the one key thing that you also have to keep in mind. And let's see what this ad is all about.
Smaller, lighter, fuller, tighter, thinner, softer. It really works. Here comes that breeze. Here comes that breeze.
Okay, this is what I want you to think about. We saw some of the characteristics of ads, how they kind of used this as a kind of a demonstrative piece, like we saw about the Timex watches in the class. But look at this ad. It's about a Dove. Beauty products, and how they kind of try to kind of tell the people that media is kind of exposing your kid to so much of elements. You saw so much of stuff that's happening in terms of how the media defines beauty. So, and again, this is a kind of a very innovative ad, but then I also want you to think of what you think of this particular ad, and especially this product Dove. Okay, just give yourself some time, and just kind of let this kind of ad sink into you, and you kind of define for yourself what you think of this ad. Good. So the aim of this ad is just it's kind of, it never showed anywhere throughout the ad about someone using Dove soap and all this stuff. But then it's trying to kind of tell us that as a mom, you need to kind of take in charge of what your daughter thinks what beauty is. I think that's a great concept by itself. Okay, but anyway, again, as I told you, please be very skeptical about everything that media tells you. Always be suspicious of what their intention is, because at least at the end of the day, it's all about communication. What is the real intention of these advertisings? Okay, okay, let's go into the next ad and see what the next ad is all about. I think it's almost 30 seconds into the ad, and we really don't know what is this ad about. But again, it kind of gives us a kind of a curiosity of what this ad is about. Can anybody try to kind of give a guess? I mean, I know at least few of you might have seen this advertisement, but can anybody make a guess of what this ad is? Okay. Uh, well, so the point here is we see it's all about spray. If you spray this, you're going to get billions of women. I mean, that's what the title of this ad is: billions of women. And again, it's how it shows women in such a thing, like a perfume smell can kind of drive the animal instincts in a woman, and they'll come rushing for this man. And like not just one woman, like it's almost billions of women, like crawling and running and swimming and all this stuff. So again, these are some of the innovative ways and creative ways the ad design ad make us think they can get the audience attention. Yes, they did get, but then it's little controversial because a lot of women were offended by the way they were portrayed, as if a smell can turn them on and they can on the man, like animals do. But again, this also is just a kind of a tip of the iceberg of how women are being portrayed in advertisements. Now just take some time and think about what this ad means for you and what this product means for you. Compare with kind of way how Dove did this ad and how Axe did this ad, and or which product do you think has got a better value, or which one do you think you will buy. Just take some time and just decide what you think of these two ads. Good. So here is the catch. You saw both these ads, but again, spray more, get more. What is that? Okay. This is the point. Both these companies, Dove as well as Axe, is owned by Unilever. The same company has got two different stand. On one side, they are trying to say, like, beauty is all about how mass media is kind of throwing the concept of beauty to your daughter, so please take care of that daughter, and kind of give her or raise her with the fact of what beauty it is and stuff like that. But on the contrary, they also have this another brand where they kind of portray women in a very poor light. And this is what ads all about. As I told you, going back to the one of the important concepts, how mass media is profit centered. They might always try to give you a different concept, but at the end of the day, it's all about selling products, convincing us to go and buy certain stuff. So these are some of the innovative ways where people and creative people and ad agencies are trying to reach us, and either by doing these kind of innovative expensive ads, and ads which are very emotional and try to kind of capture our attention. And that's what it's all about, how it catches our eyes and catches our heart, and it catches our brain and stuff like that. So it's all about getting our attention, and they will do go and do anything to get our attention for their product. Okay, let's dive into the next concept. So again, please be aware of what the source of the product that's being given to you, and also read into the text also. Okay. And this is a very cool ad to kind of counter the effect of Dove ad. Just similar framing, just watch. Everything that you see is just similar to the Dove ad when you saw initially. So this is a counter ad for the Dow ad, because just to kind of express the irony of the stance of Unilever, because they're talking about the importance of talking of beauty to your kid, and that's very important. On the contrary, they these people also trying to say, hey, you are doing deforestation at such a level that a lot of people are losing their habitat, not only people, not only also animals, and all the ecology surrounding that particular area. So again, gone are the days when people are just like passive consumers of what being given to them, and also a lot of people are trying to use the same media to counter the effect of these organizations. And that is the beauty of digital media, because this is for everybody. We all have a voice to say on whatever aspect that we feel is not being given or being treated fair. I think that is also a great thing for each and every one of us, not only just to watch what we see, but also be a voice for the voiceless. Make a point. If you think something is not right, you can always express it, no matter whether it's being heard or not. It's our duty to kind of counter if something is done or unfair, or something is done to kind of suppress certain population of our society. I think that is what is the beauty of digital media. And it's up to us to kind of be silent or be a voice for the voiceless. So that's a great counter ad from the Greenpeace organization. I have done few stories on Greenpeace. Okay, let's dive into the next concept. And again,
18. Number 18.
18.
can
What
you
can I do
guess?
for you?
Can I get
Can you guess what possibly this ad might be, given the fact, the characters and the environment that we are situated in? If you can guess this, I guess I think probably you're a genius. But let's see how many people got it right.
for sirloin steaks, please?
Like this?
More like this.
Anything else?
How fresh is the Jetta?
Just came in this morning. $14.990 a piece. She's real nice.
Yeah, I'll take one. With the one on the left. Yeah, that looks good. Thanks.
Fuck.
So, what do you think of this particular ad? Okay, I mean, again, ads are done to kind of get our attention. And what do you think of this ad? And what do you think about the concept of this car? And will you ever buy this car?
Das Auto.
Exactly the same, except this one's 12p cheaper. Free insurance and £1,000 off the deposit. What do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, kitchen roll.
So again, one of the highlight of Volkswagen is a car manufacturer from Germany. They actually wanted to promote their diesel cars globally, and they made this huge ad campaign, both print and television, and kind of tried to kind of convey the point that their cars are very cheap and it's very good, and that's what it's all about, because people are trying to kind of save money, and this is the kind of a great car to pick. And this was kind of did add an impact. These ads came out between 2000 and 2005. So I mean, they were trying to kind of promote their diesel cars as a very cheap, affordable cars. But what happened was, a few months back, they also found out that Volkswagen was actually cheating. The Environmental Protection Agency in US found out many of the Volkswagen cars had something called uh, a defeat device wherein it's trying to kind of change the performance of these cars when they were tested for emissions, because they had kind of had a software in place in few of their vehicles. And Volkswagen also admitted they did in fact try to use this and cheated, and their shares tumbled almost one third. And yeah, it's definitely a big kind of PR crisis, reputation crisis for Volkswagen, which they are trying to still negotiate. But again, the point that I was trying to tell you is that they are investing millions of dollars to get our attention. They do these kind of kind of ad to kind of get our attention. It's a cheap car, buy this. But as a manufacturer, they also kind of have these kind of things in place, which the common man have no idea what it is about. What's about a kind of a defeat device, or environmental emission issues, and all those index, like we have no idea what this all about. But when the EPA kind of found out that these cars had the software in place to kind of overcome this emission controls, that is definitely not ethically right. And this has definitely affected in the sales of Volkswagen and the performance of the company as well. So yes, on one side the company are trying to make money, on the other side they also use effective ad and PR campaigns to actually give the people the information that they are very credible and they are good and stuff like that. And that's what the point is, that ad agencies and PR agencies are at work to kind of give a very good and nice impression about the product or the company or the people that they represent to the masses. And sometimes we have to be cautious about what's being presented to us, and be kind of very particular about what the source is. Why is this information being given to me? What is the reason for them to kind of give the information at this time? What is their intention? So these are some of the things that you need to be kind of asking those questions in mind, because asking these questions is the right path for you to learn. It's not about getting good grades, or it's not about getting an A in this class. It's not at all that. Learning is all about what you kind of use these information to help you understand, have a better perspective of life, and in that way you also kind of understand and appreciate the beauty of life itself. I think that is what is important for education.
New threat called phishing.
I was pretty surprised actually, because the email looked so authentic, and I get things like that all the time.
Jessica is not alone. Phishing is one of the fastest growing cyber crimes, according to law enforcement officials. One computer company reported that nearly 60,000 phishing attempts were intercepted in June, up from less than 100 in January.
Phishing is a crime because the act of phishing is an act to obtain identity or identity theft. It results in identity theft. It is a theft by false pretenses.
What it does is it sends out spam that's meant to make you give up personal financial information. If they can get you to give up that information, then it can be used to steal your identity.
Experts recommend.
So what do you think of this particular clip that you just saw?
Be aware of any email request asking for personal financial information. Don't use the links of an email to get to any web page. Be aware of unfamiliar web addresses, and only use sites you've gone to before. Software like PCSIL and Internet Security is your first line of defense, using a technology called heuristics.
By using 16 independent tests on each email and on each website that they apply to, we're able to judge whether that email or that website has good credibility or bad credibility.
So this is my point, that the most of the news segment,
Viruses spread by email. The damage.
most of the news that you see on television, on any media, I think majority of them are trying to kind of come to us through these PR agencies, wherein they make the specialized news report and make it look as if it's being coming from a kind of a credible news station. And that is what I think the most important point is, because you see the same news release done by Microtrend is being broadcast on Fox.
Identity theft is one of the biggest fears facing computer users today.
And that is my point, that what you see is being given to us because of some purpose. These PR person use the kind of the availability of many television channels and the need for news, and plug in these kind of their clients into the news segment. And this is what it's all about. So media is all about trying to get our attention, and they always find unique and different ways to reach us. So I guess you must have a kind of a better understanding of how you should approach media content, especially try to have an understanding and differentiate between ad and PR, and identify how it's kind of taking in a different disguise and is being presented to the common people. So I guess you kind of liked the presentation today. You all have a great week, and I will see you the week after next. Take care.